Good evening. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Welcome to BMC News Live English. Myself, Shana Sultana, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. The Kingdom of Bahrain authorizes the emergency use of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for children aged 5 to 11 years old. Foreign Ministry Undersecretary for Political Affairs chairs coordination meeting. NSSA CEO visits Bahrain Pavilion at Dubai Expo. Saudi Arabia to launch world's first flying museum. Kuwait to begin issuing family and visit visas. Today's news in detail. The National Health Regulatory Authority (NHRA) today approved the emergency use of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for children in the 5 to 11 age group. The decision follows a comprehensive evaluation of the data provided by Pfizer-BioNTech carried out by the NHRA's Clinical Trial Committee and the Ministry of Health's Vaccination Committee. The NHRA indicated that the vaccine is as effective in bolstering the immune systems of individuals in the 5 to 11 age group as it was for those in the 16 to 25 age group. The NHRA also found that across the 5 to 11 years age group, the vaccination was 90.7% effective in preventing COVID-19. This study also indicated that no severe side effects were reported among 3,100 children between the ages of 5 and 11 who had received the vaccination. The manufacturer will supply Bahrain with the doses for children in this age group at the beginning of 2022. It has been announced. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs held yesterday a coordination meeting chaired by the Undersecretary for Political Affairs, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Khalifa. The meeting was held in the presence of a number of their excellencies, the undersecretaries, chiefs and directors of several governmental sectors and IISS representatives in order to coordinate for the upcoming 17th Manama Dialogue 2021, which is set to be held from November 19th to 21, 2021. His Excellency, the Undersecretary for Political Affairs, underscored the importance of Manama Dialogue, which is held in cooperation between IISS and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The event hosts a number of politicians and experts to discuss regional and international issues. He also stressed the kingdom's keenness to hold the conference amidst the current global conditions due to COVID-19, appreciating the keenness of several governmental authorities to enhance cooperation and coordination to ensure the success of Manama Dialogue. The meeting reviewed coordination plans from various government agencies and the mechanisms used to ensure the safety of the delegations participating in Manama Dialogue by setting preventive plans and measures and procedures to address COVID-19. U.S. defense policy in the Middle East, changing multilateralism and regional security, the Gulf and Asia will figure high on the agenda of the Manama Dialogue when it convenes in Bahrain's capital on November 19th to 21. The dialogue, a central element of the Middle East security architecture, brings together policymakers, government ministers, and members of the expert, business, and opinion-forming communities from across the Middle East, North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia to discuss the region's most pressing policy issues and suggest answers. The Middle East Premier Security and Defense Summit has been held in Manama in collaboration with the International Institute for Strategic Studies (IISS) since 2004. The theme of this year's discussion at the dialogue will be multilateralism and the Middle East. While the region's conflicts and rivalries are well known, the dominant approach to resolving them may be changing, the organizers said. CEO of National Space Science Agency NSSA Dr. Mohammad Ibrahim Al Asiri visited Bahrain's pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai. Al Asiri expressed his admiration for the pavilion in terms of content and design, praising the Bahraini representatives' enthusiasm and interaction with all visitors and their keenness to highlight the cultural status and role of the kingdom in front of the world. He stressed that the success of this international exhibition reflects the confidence that the world has given to the UAE to hold such an event and show their culture and heritage. Dr. Al Asiri was briefed on the other countries' pavilions, especially those highlighting the important role of future sciences and space. Bahrain yesterday recorded 45 new COVID-19 cases along with 71 recoveries. Of the new cases, 9 were expatriate workers, 24 contacts of local cases and 12 travel-related. Now we shall go for short commercial break. Welcome back. Parliament's Foreign Affairs, Defence and National Security Committee Chairman Mohammed Al-Sisi has asserted that the human rights system in Bahrain is comprehensive and integrated. Our doors are open to all. The U.S. Air Force has flown a B-1B Lancer strategic bomber over key maritime choke points in the Middle East with allies including Bahrain amid ongoing tensions with Iran. The exercise took place over the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow mouth of the Arabian Gulf, on Saturday, through which 20% of all oil traded passes, the Stars and Stripes military newspaper reported yesterday. The number of people who had their vehicles inspected in private technical centers has increased by 300% in the first 10 months of the year. General Traffic Department Director of Licensing Affairs Colonel Mohammad Mahmood said. The percentage of vehicles that passed the technical inspection reached 98% compared with the same period last year, he said. A key parliamentary committee is proposing pensions incentives for Bahraini workers who volunteer to continue working for 5 more years till 65. This is among several amendments made by Parliament Services Committee to a draft retirement law proposed by the government for public and private sectors. Parliament's session has been suspended temporarily after tempers flared between MPs. The chose was sparked by Legislative and Legal Affairs Committee Chairman Fadl Al-Sawad, who described one of his colleagues as a dictator. The 16th meeting of the Bahrain UK Working Group on Human Rights was held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, headed by the Chief of Human Rights Affairs Ambassador Dr. Arwa Al Sayed and the Deputy Ambassador of the United Kingdom to the Kingdom of Bahrain, Stuart Summers, in the presence of the Ombudsman, Deputy Secretary General Ghada Hamid Habib, and Head of the Alternative Sanctions Divisions at the Ministry of Interior, Jassim Jabbar Al-Doseri, and a number of employees of the human rights sector. Dr. Arwa affirmed the close, friendly relations between Bahrain and the United Kingdom, reviewing means to strengthen these relations at all levels, commending the convening of this periodic meeting, which comes within the course of cooperation in the field of human rights protection. The UK Deputy Ambassador hailed the existing cooperation in various fields, namely human rights, praised the recent steps taken by the Kingdom in the field of human rights and issuing the law on alternative punishments. The meeting discussed issues regarding cooperation and coordination between the two sides in the field of human rights, were further discussed during the meeting. The Indian Overseas Congress Bahrain (IOC) honored the 37th death anniversary of Indira Gandhi, also known as the Iron Lady of India, on 31st October 2021. The event was conducted under the leadership of Mr. Bashir Ambayali, the General Secretary of IOC, executive members Mrs. Shamili P. John, Mr. Muhammad Gayazullah, Mr. Tawfiq Abdul Wadar, and Mrs. Ishrat Salim. The various contributions, sacrifices, and the historical impact left by Indira Gandhi to India, its people, and the world in general was remembered during the event by the IOC executive members. Saudi Arabia announced that it has no plans to reduce the rate of value tax VAT in the near future. The decision on VAT will be reviewed after several years and when the public finances improve. The goal of the increased rate of VAT was to deal with the economic repercussions of the coronavirus pandemic. When the public finances improve after several years, most likely within 5 years, it will be re-examined. Saudi Arabia raised VAT from 5% to 15% in May 2020 as part of austerity measures to support its pandemic-hit economy. Now we shall go for one more break.
Every piece of jewellery tells a story. Its raw beauty speaks of its natural origins. The brilliant design speaks of unparalleled craftsmanship. Its elegance evokes the passion and energy of those who wear it. At Al Siraj Jewellery, our story, our pride.
Welcome back. IMAC Bahrain Media City has launched its new venture called IMAC Academy for Excellence in Education. With the aim of help students excel in academics, IMAC Academy has organized a free online seminar on Say Goodbye to Exam Phobia for students in grades 5 to 10. Renowned educationalist Dr. John Panakal inaugurated the event. Educationist Dr. Siju Thomas Totapillai led the seminar. IMAC Academy Advisory Board member Sajita Satish, Principal of Howard International School, Deepa Joseph, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, journalist Raji Unnikrishnan, World Youth Group Council Director Mohammed Mansoor, IMAC Bahrain Media City Chairman and Managing Director Francis Kaidaret, IMAC Bahrain Media City Operations Director Shirley Anthony, and IMAC Academy Director Vinu Krishti felicitated the function. Vinod Narayanan was the moderator of the program.
Parents and children with IMAC Academy, sky is the limit. Presently, we are launching offline and online tuitions for students. Regarding online tuitions, students can attend only 1 hour per day for 6 days in a week. The classes will be conducted by senior teachers with more than 14 years of experience.
We are launching an academy to help the students excel in their studies. Dear respected parents and children, rest assured, your children are in the safe hands. We already have 300 plus children in IMAC Cochin Kalabhavan, and we are starting as a new venture IMAC Academy today, and hopefully you will be benefited definitely from IMAC Academy.
Life is also a playground. If you don't have boundaries, you're not going to win. Play well. We are living in an advanced society which doesn't believe in boundaries.
Education is a ray of light in the darkness. It is certainly a hope of a good life. Education is a basic right of every human on this planet. To deny this right is evil. Uneducated youth is the worst thing of humanity. I'm sure that IMAC can bring a lot of changes for the future generation.
When it comes to Francis Kedarnath, since almost 2 years I am watching, he's coming up something very innovative, something new, and he conquers it and any subject. And I wish him immense success for the same and for all his team.
IMAC Academy an institution with a broad vision, a big picture. It's going to embrace all the arenas of education and your overall personality. So why should you hesitate? Enroll, join, get benefited, and you will see that you are getting the right amount of accolades that you all truly deserve.
Next 5 years, what is going to happen? The expense is going to be doubled. The expense is going to be double. That means 500 into 2. Start working from today. Don't limit yourself. When you start working from your today, exams will become really funnier. The exams will become really easy. Dear friends, it is always don't give up. Start from today. It is always you need to gear up. So the most important factor is don't give up, but gear up, my dear friends.
Yeah. Welcome back. Saudi Arabia is launching the world's first flying museum on Thursday, highlighting archaeological finds on a plane journey between the capital and the ancient city of Al-Ula. The museum, which is a collaborative project between the Royal Commission for Al-Ula and the national flag carrier Saudia, will exhibit a replica collection of artifacts that have been discovered in Al-Ula through archaeological excavations. Iraq and Saudi Arabia, OPEC's two biggest producers, are set to finalize multi-billion-dollar deals in energy, petrochemicals and water, Iraq's state-run newspaper said on Monday. Saudi Arabia is not the only Gulf country that is strengthening ties with Iraq. The UAE last month signed a deal with Iraq to promote and protect mutual investments as Emirati companies seek to increase their investments in sectors such as clean energy and logistics in the country. Kuwait has issued a circular stating that entry visas will be issued once again in accordance with the rules and regulations in force. The family visa can be issued to the wife and children below 16 years only if the salary of the head of the family is 500 dinars or more than that, and the same condition applies for the tourist or commercial visas. The salary must be mentioned in the work permit. The decision stipulates that the wife of the applicant and child above 12 years must have received doses of any of the vaccines approved in Kuwait. A certificate in this regard must be submitted at the time of applying for the visas. The following have also been announced: the issuance of family entry visa or a tourist visit visa for children of Kuwaiti women married to a foreigner. The issuance of commercial visit visas for all activities is at the discretion of the director of the department. The issuance of government visit visas to all ministries and government agencies. The issuance of electronic visas to nationals of 53 countries who make the approved list. The issuance of visas for residents of the GCC countries who hold certain professions. The issuance of visas for hotels and companies registered in the automated system in accordance with the procedures in force in the Special Services Department. Molnupiravir, the world's first oral antiviral against COVID-19, is awaiting clearance from the European Medicines Agency and the US FDA. The company is in talks with the UAE and other countries for supplies of the breakthrough drug. Singapore has already ordered 2 million doses of the drug and discussions are on with the other governments. Once emergency clearance for the oral antiviral pill comes through from local regulators, the treatment with vaccines could end the pandemic. The drug, developed in partnership with Ridgeback Pharmaceuticals, reduced the risk of hospitalization or death by 50% in patients with mild or moderate symptoms in phase 3 trials. The drug works well against all variants of the coronavirus, including Delta, and is tolerated well among the elderly. However, no trials have been conducted on children. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off by Shina Sultana. Good night.